till my speakers come blow. I'll keep going till my speakers come blow. I'll keep going till my speakers come blow. I'll keep going till my speakers come. I'll keep going till my speakers come blow. 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 Till my speaker come. I'll keep going till my speaker come blow. I'll keep going till my speaker come blow. I'll keep going till my speaker come blow. I'll keep going till my speaker come blow.
Sometimes you gotta pray for a victory. Yeah, I'm overzealous when I'm thinking about the cash flow. I never had no handouts, just came natural. I've been tested so much, all these restless nights, all these different situations that I've been through. I seen pain trying to creep in through the window, but now I'm sliding through the hood in a Benzo. You gotta separate yourself just to elevate. I keep some drink in my cup to see through the hate. Sometimes on the road to glory, you gotta press the brakes. I got a lesson plan for all my past mistakes. I swear I'm proud of all my best and my worst days. Proud of on my feet when I touch the ground. Front of A to Beijing, man, they know the sound. I know I made mistakes, but my mama proud. Fans scream my lyrics out in the background. They ain't know me then, but I'm hot now. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. Life down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. I'm faced with a lot of different choices these days. Do a rock and Rolex account or blue face. The whole world know my name off a mixtape. I still got the same brother since 6th grade. G-Wagon, red seats, we on Biscayne. Trips to the Florida Keys, we imported these. Thanking God for the life he afforded me. All this jewelry on my body, acting like the hood. I need a brown skinned chick just like Megan Good. Holding up every promise that I ever made. Music in the background, it's a serenade. Been rapping 10 years, boy, this ain't a phase. I paid dues, paid rent, and I stayed the same. I had teardrops running down my face. I've been through a lot, I had real pain. But thank God, cause we really on a better days. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. What's a life without sacrifice? Sometimes you gotta thank God and just roll the dice. Pacino,
The road to the top is a riddle. What will be my destiny? Money and fame are awaiting, but not enough is raining on me. Maybe I should give it all up. How much more can I take? Out here singing to the heavens. When I gonna get my break? I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. How will I get out of the jungle? Everybody wanna stop me. 10 more steps up the mountain. Now everybody's looking for me. Spend my life in the desert till something changed inside of me. Now I'm flying over oceans. Everybody looking at me. I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Full power, get louder. I'ma get stronger, just watch me. Full power, get louder. I'ma get stronger, just watch me. Every hour, no doubter. Gonna hear my song, just watch me. Every hour, no doubter. I can run this town. Somebody give me the key. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. No more doubt about me. Oh, I can run this town. Don't you know I got the Get up on your feet, this is a shakedown. Order up that beat just like it's takeout. Show me you got soul inside those new shoes. And you can rock and roll with an attitude. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. You're the new MC, you got the remix. Keep it on repeat, just let the beat kick. Everywhere you go, you bring the roof down. Everybody knows you got your own sound. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Yeah, you like it, the way you like it. Oh, yeah, you like it, the way you like it now. Yeah, you like it, the way you like it. Oh, so good, so fresh. Get up on your feet. Show me you got soul. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Get up on your feet, this is a shakedown.
presents ESL Challenger League in partnership with Intel, Acer Predator, DHL, and Kidia.
Well, we were here for South America for the ESL Challenger League for the Cup number 3, and now we're here in North America. We got ourselves, myself, Laz, and Paladin here to bring the action with getting info against Wildcard here in the lower finals to continue this lower bracket run. And now, I mean, truthfully, Paladin, we have ourselves a really good matchup because both these teams in the region are very much powerhouses. They're kind of on the up and up. There's a lot of good things to say. So the fact that we kind of have this bit of a bar burner at this stake of the game, it's going to be a sight to behold.
Yeah, definitely. I do feel like both of these teams are a far cry from where they were before. I mean, I think Wildcard will be kicking themselves for not being able to qualify for the major after their abhorrent couple of runs. They bring in Fiku and hoping that could potentially turn things around, but not to be. They got 2-0'd by Marsborn in the upper bracket, setting up a Skinrave Marsborn upper bracket final that'll happen tomorrow. But in our lower bracket, even for getting info, it felt like they were also on the cusp of qualifying for a major a couple of cycles ago, but have been really trying to go through a number of roster moves to get back to their former glory as well. And I think for both of these two teams, a matchup like this where elimination is on the line, I really do think that there is a lot more pressure on these teams to perform in this kind of a setting. To go this early out of the competition when you look at the level that's remaining in the competition right now, it's a bit worrying that they're at this point.
Yeah, no, it's definitely it's a really great point you bring up, right? Because again, like we talk about both these teams, and there is some rebuilding. There's some good history with Wildcard. There's also some decent history with getting info. But yeah, they've been making adjustments. No adjustments needed here for the Kidia play to watch, which of course is going to be Fuzi. He's setting himself in decent ratings, but look, like, you know, just kind of talking a little bit about the rebuild factor of these groups. It is interesting because we saw a lot of highs and a lot of lows for these guys. And like you said, the fact that they're kind of reinventing themselves in some regard on both sides, that's what makes this to me like a bar burner, because really getting info has been really surprising. They're a team that is orgless. You know, they're kind of just these group of guys that are fighting to get, you know, some sponsorships and all that stuff. But you have a team like Wildcard where, you know, the expectations is for them to be winning. They have an organization to back. There's all this extra pressure. So I'm going to put that pressure a little bit more onto them, just considering, like you said, the, you know, majors miss, things like that. There's all those factors. I
mean, yeah, Wildcard was a team knocking on the door of becoming a mainstay. And then you had a huge organizational collapse where all these players go every which way, and now you've got a situation where they've tried to pick all the pieces back up, but you don't necessarily have that same stronghold that they had on the North American region whatsoever. M80 have shot through that conversation very quickly, as we have a veto up on our screens right now, getting info going into Train, which is very interesting that they're picking into that. And a pick of Overpass from Wildcard, but Dust 2 as a decider. I think this Train pick from Getting Info is so bizarre. I think this is easily their worst map in the pool. I think they really struggle in terms of how they play their offense on this map. But I will say, I also have seen some issues from Wildcard in the past as well. So who really knows? There must be some sort of game plan from Snav here as to what he's seeing in the tea leaves. But everything looks good for our lower bracket final here in North America as we take a little bit of a break. And when we come back, Wildcard taking on Getting Info.
Well, like you said, Paladin, I mean, this is an interesting first pick, and that's actually be from Getting Info. They actually decide to go for Train, like you said. You know, statistically, probably one of their weaker maps, like a win percentage of 37%, so really not a map to brag about. But I mean, maybe they've been able to catch something where they've done some anti-stratting, they maybe caught something against Wildcard. So, I mean, and we talked about this in the South America, you know, lower bracket final too, is that, you know, on paper, you know, it didn't really look good for Gaming Gladiators, but they did it.
Yeah, I mean, that'll be the interesting part about this game, because I think where the differences come in this matchup is that I think Getting Info are... they definitely have potential on a map like Overpass, which is Wildcard's pick. I've seen Snav call on that map a number of times. And then what was our decider again? I'm like completely slipping. Dust 2, which is also a very favorable map for Getting Info. So they definitely have a shot at staying within the series. This definitely feels like a huge risk though, and one where if Wildcard can get off on the right foot, they can potentially compound this pretty well for themselves. But we're into a B rush straight away here. That nade will definitely be a bit of a touchdown, but the first kill still comes out for Snav.
Yeah, it's good utility usage from Jaba, but again, you know, for him, like, to be able to find this, they need to get these kills. But now the Glocks are starting to do really, really well to make these connections, to get the bomb down. They've been able to put themselves in decent post-plant positions, and now the dualies from peeping, they have to be able to find something big here. Now the USBs, actually, it's not even the dualies that's going to need it, but Carson, he's able to come through the back lines, and just like that, Getting Info, they've been able to get themselves that first round.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of adding Carson to this team. He's a bit of an aggressive X factor that can definitely be a double-edged sword in some sort of situations, but I do really like that addition to this roster. I mean, he's the only guy that would be bold enough to push his own Z smoke and catch two players in the back lanes with their backs turned. That basically seals the round where things potentially were coming to an unraveling point. They get to start off the right way. Nade stack potentially, or a nade into T-Con. But as we've seen on that pistol, these nades have not really been able to do much. Peeping will find one as they try to scurry on into T-Con, but so much damage done from Snav's good handiwork that this will be an open and shut case straight away, as 4 players are up alive for Getting Info as they continue their winning ways here.
Yeah, now the real test is going to be the guns out, so Fuzi's going to have the op ready to go. This will be the big test here to see if the, you know, Wildcard's going to be able to get themselves back onto the board. But Getting Info, like, again, just keeping things really simple, not doing anything over, you know, complex, which is not a bad idea. So, like you said, I'm very intrigued when we saw this veto and I saw Train. I was thinking the same thing as you. Like, I was scratching my head like, hey, am I missing something? Like, why did they go for this? So we'll hopefully see why. Really good aggression from Slump. Look at, he's going to be the entry point. Oh, beautiful shot onto Peeping. Takes him out immediately out of the equation. So now, look at how fast that they're just able to barrel into this outside corridor. Fuzi's going to be able to find this kill. A Molotov that's going to push these players through hell. That's not going to be great. Now the smoke's allowing this post spawn to give them some kind of space.
Whoa!
But JBA's got to be able to find this. This is difficult. This is an awkward angle, and now they have to either commit or don't. But he's looking to see if he can just toy with his food just a little bit, and Slump, he goes down. This is falling apart.
I mean, I don't know how or why they've gotten this aggressive here in Z Connector, and it's all come bursting away at the seams. JBA with 3 massive kills. But I just don't necessarily know if jumping through the Z smoke was the most advisable option there. I do think that they felt pretty hamstrung behind on the back of the site when you didn't really have an avenue to go anywhere, but I do think that just offers up a little too much to a player of JBA's caliber who's very easily going to have those pre-fires, those pre-aims already down and ready to go. That's one of those rounds where it was a great game plan out of the gates, but just not enough in terms of the execution to close that one out.
Yeah, and I honestly love that Getting Info went for that aggression, though. Like, I do think that's a good idea. They went for that fast-paced play. It didn't work out on Fort Postplant, but I did like the mixture of it. And they were able to get that outside control very quickly.
Yeah, and I think it really just comes down to how they wanted to approach that post-plant once things got tough, and they kind of cracked under their own pressure a little bit. And now you've got JBA getting aggressive in the brown halls. Big 1-for-1 to go for Dia. You'd favor the T's every time in this kind of situation, stretching the defense out a bit thinner.
Yeah, look at Stanislaw, though. He's already going to be clearing out for T-Con. He's already got this control, so... And this is the thing we talked about a little bit earlier, right? Is the fact that when you're on the CT side and you can just start to be fighting for some real estate, just getting some decent off angles like this, it creates a lot of space, because even though he's not going to be able to see anybody, he does get this a little bit of noise cue. He might be able to just hear on the outskirts of this. So now his teammates can kind of focus a little bit less on side. They can actually start to put a little bit more pressure towards B. You can already see Fuzi's ready to go here in B. He's the one player. Now the utility's flying. Should be able to find this kill, and indeed he will. Doesn't matter if the flames are in his face. He's going to be able to find it. Can he get this bomb carrier, though? That's Dia. Just waiting things out. Spots the head, misses it, but look at how fast Getting Info is able to get this double kill instantaneously, and now this has turned to a 3-on-2. The advantage right now here for the T side. Fuzi just desperate for this kill. He just can't seem to catch the head. He's just missing it by a pixel, and now Stan's going to have to be able to help him out and kind of funnel these players as much as possible. They know Carson's here, but he's been able to tuck himself away nicely, and look at this re-peek from Dia. And there we go, Getting Info right back into this. They're going to be able to find themselves their third round, and now can the AWP be saved? That's the biggest question.
Should be fine. And I think I figured out what Getting Info want to do here is they want to just keep the tempo up the entire way through on this offensive end. And I do think that when I watched Getting Info's best trained T-sided rounds, it was when they sped the pace up. It's just, it cuts down the number of complex ideas that needs to be made in those mid-round situations. There can't be a mid-round if the round is over in 30 seconds. At least that's the thought process that I'm kind of seeing here. When they see a trade, they instantly activate upon it and they burst into that B bomb site. And I do really appreciate that, because now all of a sudden you allow for your aggressive pieces to have a lot more potency in these rounds. Snav has a little bit more advantages to his favor. Carson, Shane, all of these guys that you pride themselves on their aggressive openers can finally hang their hat upon these opening rounds.
Like you said, like the fact that Carson's been able to fit into this team so far so good. Not a bad side at all, but now they have to be careful of these pistols. Look at how close they're trying to close in onto the Brown Hall. Now Stanislaw, a little bit wide on the swing, and look at how nicely Slump's able to find the 1, 2, and 3. So now he finds his triple kill, leaving just down to Peeping and Fuzi by themselves, remaining here with just a 5-7 and a P250. I mean, again, the numbers are in massive favor here, obviously, for Getting Info. Carson's just got to be ready. An easy one. Quick little peck in the cheek for Fuzi. He takes him out, but an AK is going to be grabbed up. Peeping, I can't imagine he's going to be able to get allowed to save this. But at the same time, like, there's not a lot of money that Getting Info really want to hunt for this. Maybe one player they could risk it, but they do have to be careful on that part at least.
Yeah, definitely. You can kind of have a look-see. They do have money in the following. Fuzi will have money for an AWP, so you're not really missing out on anything here. But he'll just play for exits. Shane might offer something up, but he's going to back away into Brown Halls. This is the fourth round for Getting Info, and again, I'm just really liking the simple ideas that they're sending in towards Wildcard. They have the better riflers when they can set the tempo, and they're abusing that power. For Wildcard's end, they're going to have to find a way to fight fire with fire. Aggression on the other end, with kind of buddy systems to get some favorable trades going. Because right now, these isolated aggressive duels are just losing them the round. When you think about JBA and Brown Halls, we think about some deep Ivy fights as well. They've got to find a way to work hand in hand in holding on in terms of this early round. Forcing them to make late round decisions that, for the most part, are usually wrong from what I've seen from this team on this map.
Yeah. Like you said, I mean, I think it is just that, like, them just being decisive, going for this control, and really just getting a lot of options created here for Getting Info. The fact that they're getting through Brown Hall pretty fast. They're not just, like, carelessly doing it too, right? Like, they're actually, like, getting some control, really pushing the CTs back. And you can see when they're taking this in kind of a unit formation, like with the numbers, it really is working out nicely. Whereas Wildcard, we saw that really good retake in the earlier portion of the first gun round, but that was kind of it, right? I thought, you know, like, really there wasn't too much after that. But Now you can see that getting info. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say that even in that round, it did feel like that was really getting info losing the round rather than Wildcard winning it out in a lot of ways. And that showcases that they're going to have to really fight tooth and nail in this one, and Fuzi's definitely kickstarting them in the right direction.
No, it's true. And Carson, maybe he's going to be able to find this. He has to get a Ferrari swing out of this. He has to get the perfect timing, otherwise he's about to run in the scope. There it is. Oh, man. Dodges the big bull here for the big green now. Thorn in the side here. Wildcard have to realize that, again, he's lurking. He's just all over the map now. Fuku's just kind of, again, waiting on a different off angle. Snav going to be able to join his team. Carson does go down, but they don't know he's here exactly yet. So Snav might be able to play a little bit more of an element of surprise onto this. This B side is interesting because Peeping's stuck in CT spawn. And I was going to say, if Snav goes down, that's going to be the bomb drop. So that's really good work from Freaku. The fact that he's able to just kind of, again, investigate, start to kind of creep through the map, that's huge because now the CTs, it should be a guaranteed done deal. Obviously, the time is going to go low, but if the time was even still quite high, they have themselves in a magnificent position just being able to hold that bomb down. So really good work from Wildcard to react to kind of the chaotic situation of Fuzi going down really quickly. And, I mean, the op's still going to be in the rotation here for these guys.
And you see how worried this getting info side looks in the mid to late round? As soon as they get that backhauls control from Carson, they don't know what to do with it. They find a second player to join hands with them, but they would just kind of float around in the back lanes for quite some time. They try to go into that B bomb site a little bit instead of the bomb going all the way back into brown halls. It's all over the place. It's inconsistent, and that's where Wildcard can capitalize. So if they can get these man advantages and stave off getting info from upping the tempo, there's a real shot for Wildcard to claw this one back. But yet again, getting info, very slyly getting into Pop Dog early here to try and burst into this A bomb site.
Yeah, I don't mind this at all, too. And Stat's actually just going to play behind E-Box, so he's just playing that off angle. Flashes come through, but Stat, he's going to be able to find both and make it 3. Why not? Just annihilates everybody in his path, and now the IGL creating a lot of space here for Wildcard, maybe to be able to find this third round for them. Fuku's going to be able to get this one to the Carson, and now it's all just down to Snav. A 1-on-5 required, not going to be in the deck of cards here. It is going to be Wildcard that bounce right back with a flawless.
Yeah, the flashes don't hit Stanislaw, and that's the one guy you've got to deal with and make sure that the flash hits him square in the face. Otherwise, this is exactly what happens. The lineup is very clear, and that last little burst to get the third is the cherry on top. Beautiful work there from the captain, a guy who's been scrutinized as poor in the individual department, from the fragging department. But stepping up massively there, that's what you're looking for from your captain. It brings getting info down to pistols, and it really feels like it's taking some wind out of the sails. Now JBA can get to work, but Snav has opened things up here down in the back lanes. Gonna push down to this B bomb site, and now JBA's caught between a rock and a hard place. He's gonna have to fight tooth and nail. Dia will only force him down to a 1-for-1, but it's pandemonium all over this B bomb site. Stanislaw having to understand what's going on here, and AWP's been recovered by Snav. This is important. In this 2-on-3, they can reset the situation, and they can put Snav in a favorable position if they can get this bomb down.
Yeah, like nobody's outside either. Like they've all just put their resources into the B site. Now they have the CT spawn. So again, they're just kind of putting the eggs in the basket to assume that there might have been a flank play or something happening. So this bomb is going to get planted. But now a lot rides here for the post plant. This is where it's going to be critical for Snav to be able to find some kind of connection here with the op. He's posted up. He might be able to find the right angle. Oh, but he's going to go off of it. No way. And that time, look at that. He already made it across too. I don't think he spotted it. I think it was just a bit too late. So now he has a bit of an inkling. Again, should be fine. Does get it. But now the time is ticking away. It's a 2-and-2. Smoke's going to get thrown. Diffuse kits are available. And that utility's been burned here from the CT side. Now they need to find this last remaining player. That smoke isn't fully blocked. Oh, Snav. He might just have this right available for him. And look at that. He's just toying with the food, playing with the time. And they're going to be able to get this right down to the wire.
You know, I think that round really lives and dies by JBA's aggression. Just way too much to bite off here. And, I mean, what was it? Was it really worth those extra 2 kills? The AWP being dropped on over is essentially what loses them the round. as Snav has a couple of freebies with that AWP, and they just throw it out. They don't want anything to do with it at this point. And Wildcard now do have a repurchase, sure, but that's going to have a real stinging feeling when there was really only a Tech 9 invested in that round last. That's the only investment into that previous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, is the fact that they were able to pick up that op, right? I mean, that created good opportunities for these guys. And like you said, like, it's very interesting to see again that we're getting this aggression. It was, you know, it was JBA that was doing it before, and now, you know, Stan does try to get ultra aggressive into T-Con to see if he can find the perfect timing. But again, you were at a 5-on-5. It just seems like a bold, risky play. So now the CTs are going to double up here. They're going to try to see if they can refight this. And Shane, he might be able to even find this. And oh, Piku, you got to get this kill. Oh no, it is a slip. They both just fall down from the ice. And Shane is now skating away here. These players now could just go for the full execute. Fuzi's just burning alive with 16 HP. This is just collapsed completely. Getting info of just taking this round. They're done. Like, this is for sure got to be theirs.
Yeah, Shane gets gifted over a freebie. Can't tell you how Fiku was not able to get the trade there. Feel like in Europe he was able to get those kinds of kills, but he has not had that level of impact in North America whatsoever. Keeping now, trying to hold on to this AWP, but he's not going to be able to. Recovered by Dia. And 6 rounds on this T side. They might have looked a little bit foolish in terms of the pick, Laz, but this train pick really does feel like there was a method to the madness.
Yeah, honestly, and that's what we were kind of saying, right? Because for Wildcard, like, again, this is their strongest side. Like, CT side that's the moneymaker, man. That's the bread and butter. Like, that's a 78% win rate on CT side. They have a 42 on the T side. So, like, the fact that we're seeing getting info already hitting 6 the way they are, you're going to be sweating a little bit here for Wildcard. Now they're just going to try to get ultra aggressive one more time. They're just kind of throwing this one away. They realize, okay, look, we don't really have much to work with. Let's see if we can maybe get a gun or two. Let's just try to burn some of this economy. It might happen here with the USP, but Fuku's going to be a dead man walking in a matter of seconds here. But getting info and now put themselves on the 7th round and pushing this thing in a really good effect for them, because when we kind of, like, you know, again, flip the coin here, both their CT side and T side are just narrowly different. Like, it's a 46 on CT and a 45% win rate on the T side. So this is statistically the worst side, their worst side on this map, and they're up 7-3.
Yeah, and I mean, I really sometimes do commend Wildcard for their stability, but it's been a long time since I can really say that about this roster. So much indecision. The chemistry is, I mean, not really had time to build up, frankly, just because of how many changes that they've had month after month, week after week. And yes, you know, you can finally settle on this 5-man unit, but it's matches like this where that adaptability that makes them so exciting is not there. They're just taking every blow and not able to really stand back up. And you know what? Credit to Snav, credit to getting info for compounding on whatever has been working for them so effectively.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it at all. It is really, you know, there's so many rumblings of what's been going on for both these teams, but they both have their own internal things going on. But that's what, again, we both were, you know, kind of echoing a little bit in the fact of, you know, this is what makes this matchup so, I don't even want to say unique, but like kind of in its own way, just because there is so much rebuilding and so much noise that's happened against them and many variables. But getting info, this is an impressive showing, to say the least. Like, look at how fast they're able to get this inside control. They're able to just really, just anything they put their eyes on, they're going to go for it, and it's going to be theirs. And even right now, like, Diaz just playing a very much lurk angle here with the AWP. He's just going to wait things out. There's a little bit of a consolation prize here from Fuzi, but really, that might be it. They might just even want to potentially save these guns unless they can find another kill quickly, but that's not going to happen. And these CTs got to preserve the remainder of their guns for this last round going in.
Yeah, one of those hands-off keyboard moments. I mean, the only way you lose that round is by facing, and they don't want anything to do with it. They want to continue to rack up these rounds on the T side. 8 rounds now the good on this offensive end for getting info. And Wildcard have been sent reeling in this one. Don't really know who to point the fingers at necessarily. It feels like everybody has had some issue here and there. And it's all just like death by 1,000 paper cuts that it just combined on top of itself and ended in this kind of monstrosity of an offensive end.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I don't think there's anybody like, you know, it's not even like pinpointing an anchor or somebody on Wildcard. Like, I really just think that getting info or playing a solid game right now, like their game plan, the strategy they brought into this T side, it's very calculated. I mean, you can tell they did some homework. Like, they definitely knew some gimmicks from Wildcard. They knew that they could abuse it, and it's showing right here and right now, right? I mean, if they can get themselves 9, I mean, this is going to be prime positioning here for that second half. And a lot of thoughts here for Wildcard to kind of, again, figure what they need to do a little bit differently. It's not even like one player's performing poorly. Like, everybody's like KD ratios relatively the same. People have had some decent moments, double kills here and there, but it just feels like getting info have come very prepared on this map, which is a really cool underdog story in terms of like statistics, right? It's easy to look on paper and say like, why on earth did you do this? But I love the homework they did.
And now all of a sudden, they completely slow down the pace of the round. They haven't done this all but one of the rounds at this point. And I feel like Wildcard really just desperately want to fight at this point, but they're trying to hold on to T-Con. This Molly will actually flush out Stanislaw, and he'll have to evacuate. Fiku now up to bat here on the top of the red train, and he only finds one. Great trades from both Shane and Snav. 25 seconds left on the clock. They know that T-Con is still available, and they spot out Stanislaw with smoke in hand. Oh, and all the remaining CTs are here, and they just can't do anything about it. They just see these blue outlines, but they can't capitalize on any of it. So at the tail end, Wildcard will finally be able to find a 4th round as we send it to our halftime break.
Well, Getting Info have definitely picked the right cards because right now it's an 8-4 as we go into the second half of map number 1, which is their map pick. And now Wildcard are going to have to showcase some really strong T-side. Otherwise, this thing is going to be moving pretty quickly over to the Overpass once again. We're kind of getting a bit of a rerun here, Paladin. I just kind of realized that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, you're right. Well, Slump starts off mighty fine with that USP. Getting that opening 5v4. Fiku picks up the P250. Hoping that he can find a little bit more luck than his fallen comrade, but nothing just yet. Completely slow the pace down. This is a very vintage Wildcard, vintage Stanislaw. The problem is they're not finding the kills like that vintage Stanislaw style definitely nets. Instead, they're losing bodies. 5-on-3. As Stanislaw continues to encroach upon this bomb train, but Shane still here with this USP, hoping to do some damage. Takes a dink, and Fiku's kill might spell some disaster, but finally that P250 goes down, and everyone kind of breathes a sigh of relief. It's really just down to Stan and Fuzi, hoping that they can try and turn the tides of war back the other way. But Carson makes him meet his maker, and it's just Fuzi, and he won't find any better help. 9th round for Getting Info, and it should be it.
Yeah, honestly, that was really nicely done. Again, like you could see that Wildcard were trying to take it really slow. They were just trying to, it felt like they were trying to do this like silent attack to get themselves, some control. But I love that Carson just kind of runs through, the whole way. He's able to go down to the ladder essentially and just, find that easy kill when they were just trying to focus all their attention towards Z. So not too bad. So now Getting Info going to be hitting this, 10 is putting them in double-digit territory. And then when we get to that gun round, I mean, it wasn't a lot of time for Wildcard to figure out, what they want to adjust. But like I said, when they're on this T side, I mean, when we look at just straight statistics, it is their worst side. Like, I feel like today has been a day where data and stats don't really paint the full picture, Paladin, just considering what's been happening today. But it is something to not ignore, but put with a big grain of salt.
Yeah, really the last-ditch effort here for Wildcard, you would say. Really just disappointed with the level we see out of them on this train, because I feel like they've shown a higher level in maps past against like European competition, mind you. So a lot to really think about here for this Wildcard side. They'll go over to Ivy, hoping that they can find an opening pick here, but they have lost T-Con.
Yeah, what's really interesting about this too is the fact that, we talked about both these teams doing a little bit of anti-stratting, things like that. Both these teams have actually lost to Marsborn on this map. Similar scoreline, but
yeah,
Wildcard actually played yesterday. So that's where I think maybe Snav was kind of, being a bit cheeky about it, being like, you know what? Yeah, let's go for that. Let's go for a bold pick. Ooh, hey, that's a bit of a bold swing here with an 8 out, and Stan's going to take that every day of the dang week. So now this has created a bit of an opening that, this is a bit of a mistake here from Getting Info. Now they have to rely on Slump, but again, he's just got enemies in the front, enemies on the back, and now Carson and Snav, some OG members, they're going to have to do some kind of magic here. And it's looking like it could happen. Maybe Carson just needed one more kill, but now Snav on the hunt. No more utilities, just got the AK in hand. Both players playing together, playing the buddy system as much as possible. They're both looking on the right. They're not even looking at him. It's a free kill, but he has no more bullets left in the chamber, and he's going to go down as Fiku is going to be able to find him in the 1v1.
How is nobody paying attention to the right-hand side? I just, like, that shouldn't even be, like, how is that the way that they're playing that 2-on-1? I couldn't tell you. I mean, very luckily for them, there was no consideration from Snav that there would be a second player there, but oh my goodness. What a sequence to dig themselves out of from Wildcard's end. But I'm just liking the stylistic changes here from Getting Info. Finally taking T-Con control on the regular, holding on to it as long as possible, making sure to abuse that part of the map. They have taken significant damage trying to get to Pop Dog here, and Stanislaw has an easy kill on his plate. Carson goes down, and they get themselves a 5v4. This is going to be a grueling comeback if they want it. And it's not going to get any easier with Fuzi hitting the deck.
Yeah, Fuku's actually got himself already out to E-box past. Slump not expecting that little bit of an angle. You can see he was kind of propped up waiting for the other cross behind the other train, so his crosshair was not in the right place at the right time. So now DS just trying to clear everything. Just looking high, looking low, trying to see what he can be able to find. It's so awkward. Now, Jabo, can he be able to find this kill into hallway? Both these CTs critically low, under 50. I don't know. This might just be, again, playing the saving game. It's gotta be.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is the situation at hand. Snav will go down. And it should be 2 for the price of 1, mind you. Money gone for the side of Getting Info. They've weathered the storm. Credit to Wildcard for holding on. It's been an arduous affair, but 7 to 10 reads a lot better than what, 10 to 4, 10 to 3.
Mm-hmm. You got that right. Oh boy. Yeah, and this is like such an awkward situation too, right? Because you have like the MP9 still, but do you just kind of like stack the site, just hope for the best, and really just go for the 50-50 coin toss? And just kind of work the USPs to kind of be the first point of contact, have the MP9 just kind of, you know, be that, I don't want to say the bait, but, you know, kind of get those, once they start shooting, they can kind of go for the swing, put that gun to full effect maybe. Might not even matter at this point. How fast they get this outside control, and now the MP9's been exposed. Carson, yeah, okay, pistol in hand, he's going to be able to find this kill. It's only 1 kill, though, against Wildcard. Where are they going? All the way around again.
Shane would love to find one on this on the way out. Maybe that's enough money to accrue for an AWP. But it's not going to be offered up to him. This should be a 7th round for Wildcard. Continuing to close down that gap. This is like, I think, truly where Getting Info will get tested on this map pick. Do they have enough depth on their CT side, enough variation in their setups to get these last 3 rounds? Or is it so one-dimensional that Stanislaw can read right through it and put on one of those classic Wildcard comebacks on full display?
That's a good point. Well, they've been able to do it round by round here. Still, again, three in advantage here for Getting Info, but like you said, the CT side can be difficult because, I mean, what we've seen Wildcard do, this aggression outside, they haven't really been able to contain it very well. Oh man, and even there, where Snap's trying to get ultra aggressive into T-Con, or he's just trying to put some more pressure onto this. Jaba's going to be able to find it, so a little bit of an instant trade back, I suppose. Molly's just actually going to slow things down just a little bit more here for Wildcard. They're not going to be able to just push through this, allowing them a little bit of extra time here for a setup. Peeping does make a ton of noise. That might be all right. Shane playing in the lower position on this. Oh, he needs to get under this quickly. He's trying to go for a bit of a weird angle. He does find this kill. Oh, and that second, yes, he will. The marksmanship now finds himself that double, leaving it just to Stanislaw by himself on the 1-on-2. He's got some time. He's spraying frantically to getting it. With limited bullets in the chamber, it's going to be Shane that's going to be able to put on the hero cape. He's got himself that triple kill and gets them that 11th round.
I mean, Shane on B-side Mirage and Shane on B-side Train. Very underrated player in those positions. And he is putting on a clinic right now. 13 and 8. So instrumental in those openings on the T side as well. It just feels like this guy is so criminally overlooked within the region, but man, does he have some significant impact on this Getting Info roster. And now Stanislaw's calling the Hail Mary. Full aggression outside. Stanislaw up close and personal with this smoke. And he's thinking of going through it, but it doesn't matter. Fiku and Peeping find openings off of the Ivy side, and Stanislaw finds enough bodies that eventually he'll connect. Snav hits the ground, and it's just Dia and Shane. All of a sudden, Dia trying to pull things back. He finds one, but now that he's lost his trusty teammate, it should be an over and done with kind of round.
He does have the AWP, though. Not a gun that he's a stranger to. But yeah, I might just be saving it. 1-on-3 is a lot to ask. Again, unless we see Wildcard going for some ridiculous swings onto this, but they shouldn't. Stanislaw definitely wouldn't allow it, so there we go. Dia's going to save the AWP, the armor, and the utility. So, I mean, this is a lot of cash he's holding on to him right now. So this is a very good play, right? I mean, it's a tough one to do. Sometimes that, you know, frag hunger kicks in. You're like, nah, I think I can do this. I think I'm better. I can find these kills, but no, he has to play the right game here. But all thanks to Fiku being able to find that double and stand again. We could even see that he actually creeped up the ladder on the train. He was actually able to spot the player in Z, and then he was able to kind of retreat that plan, gets the kill on the back of the site, and instantly flicks the wrist, like pre-firing that player to swing him. So he had a really good idea of what that setup was from this defense. And this is the clinic like you were talking about with Stanislaw, right? Like, slowly and surely, this, you know, was a pretty big lead, and all of a sudden now, it's still climbing back in wildcard fashion.
Yeah, and they have another opportunity to get 9 here. It's looking really good. But, whew, this is going to be a toughie. Dia has an opportunity with this AWP to really cause some damage. And Snap finds one. There's the trade out from Dia. So good work from him there. And now, you think there's an opportunity with the rifle recovered, but they've taken the A site, and that causes a few problems for sure.
Yeah, it does. You open the AK in hands, though, here for the CT side. Carson. Oh, I was going to say, do you get the timing of this? And Fiku, I can't believe he actually turns around at the right moment. One more second later, he would have been dead. That would have been a free kill.
Oh, does he not see the feet?
Oh, no.
Doesn't.
Way.
Can't.
Oh, no.
I mean, I believe it's blocked off, so
yeah, it's got,
can't even see it. Yeah.
Okay.
That's truly unfortunate. There might have been a gap earlier on with this iteration, but yeah, it's unfortunate. Either way, Dia will hold on to the AWP. Shane keeps a hold of that AK. And they inch ever closer. Just 2 rounds the difference now.
The one thing I really like, though, too, is, like, again, the big detail in that round is the fact that, you know, the double boost, like the running boost essentially for Snav, just giving him that extra little bit of footage that he was able to get that close with the 5-7 into Brown Hall, right? Like, that was important, because if they wouldn't have landed that jump boost, or that running boost, I should say, then that wouldn't have been the same case where he was able to find that first kill, Dia's able to get that instant trade. They tried that a few rounds ago. You actually saw them kind of blunder it a bit, and then they just let it go. They didn't even try it. I love that they actually made that work. So, like, again, a little bit of a detail, but that really did create them a good opportunity to get the start of the round. But, you know, for Wildcard just to be able to bounce back through all that, you know, unnatural things that are going on and all the dismantling that happened originally, not bad. And, okay, well, speaking of not bad, that nade is definitely going to do.
Yeah, that's a nuke into Brown Hall's JBA down to 41, Fuzi down to 63. Now they make their presence known in Pop Dog as well. Could flashbang to get even more information from Carson. So everything understood here from getting info. The question is, can they synthesize this and put the game plan together? Because that third rotation is not coming over to B yet, but maybe that kill on a stand considers this for them. Dia will find one more, and this is a great look here for getting info as Dia continues to pile it on. One more head spotted, but can't convert the kill. Flash will go high and gives a little bit of space over to Peeping, but Shane is still here on Cloud. Still an opportunity to rain death from above, and he'll find his man. Just up to Fiku in the 1-on-4, a huge 1-on-4, mind you, with 30 seconds left on the clock. He's aware of a possibility that Carson can be here, but he's already all the way down the ramp. I don't know if he can necessarily read that, and of course the Molly missing 2 makes matters worse. Carson will eventually pick it up, and it's map point for getting info.
You know, honestly, that's a really tough 1v4 to be in too for Fiku. But like honestly, if he could have landed that Molly, that might have pushed those CTs back. That could have changed the reposition. He, like you said, he knew that there was a flank coming. Like he had full suspect of it. But the fact that Carson was already in this kind of a position, but that would have allowed him to maybe kind of go for that fight quickly. But really unfortunate to see the Molly just missing. But a valiant effort, but close but no cigar. Now getting info going to be onto the map point of their pick here on Train, and now Wildcard have to kind of just go for the Hail Mary. They got to do something big here to keep themselves alive. A 3-round differential here to push to OT. But only one needed here for getting info to be able to find themselves moving on over to Overpass. And now what do they want to do with this? And you can already see some good aggression into T-Con. Wildcard are just taking their time, trying to be quiet as a mouse, not really making a peep. They're just trying to see what they can work with a little bit. Triple player into T-Con. And this could be the outside pop.
Yeah, it does shape up pretty nicely. You've got a player in pop. You've got a player in T-Con as well. These smokes have also segmented them. It slowed them down a little bit, and they're still very spread out. They're still trying to make inroads on Ivy, but that kill from Fiku does help out a little bit. That nade will sail past him, so he'll live to tell the tale. But Dia does pull it back. Peeping has an avenue into this A bomb set, but so worried about so many different angles. Oh, but he's got a back turn. He catches Dia completely off guard, and all of a sudden this A bomb site falls like a house of cards. Bomb plant available, 3-on-4 retake feels impossible in a lot of ways. This feels like 10 written all over it. I would just call the save. Your money's not in a great position. You'll have 2 more bites at the chair, and you'll have enough money in the bank balance to go for it twice. And that's the call they're gonna make. But what a weird round there from Wildcard.
Yeah, it really is. And like you said, again, another tough decision here on the CT side. Even though it's a 3-on-4, the utility was just enough to kind of push them back and through Z. Like they didn't really have a lot of room to create the space. So keeping the guns alive, the defuse kits, that, you know, full utility belt here for Slump, like these are important factors. But the fact that, you know, Wildcard just kind of get this, you know, a bit of an opening kill and then just get themselves a free plant like that. It's a little bit tense now, but they've hit double digits. It just felt like ever since that kill, it just kind of fell apart really quickly here for getting info. No timeout's going to be called here either, Paladin. This is interesting. Getting info are not worried yet. Doesn't seem like they want to have a conversation or reconvene anything, but maybe if this round doesn't go their way, that's where we might start to see the tax.
Yeah, you might see it in the round following. Get Simphus on the mic. But for right now, it feels like Carson has a foothold of the situation, but he gets obliterated by Fiku. Huge sequence there and a flick up to counter back from Dia. Feels like Dia's had Fuzi's number this entire map. 16 and 12 on 6 and 17. Now what do you do? If you're Wildcard in this 4-on-4, you try to take back Brownhall's control, but you're losing bodies. You've lost Ivy now as well. talk about things going from bad to worse. Hold on. Fiku does catch out some aggression from Slump, and I don't think he can get out of this safely. Slump now just has to see if he can take a body down before he falls himself, but he can't find anything. Bomb spotted, but at the end of the day, still a 3-on-3.
Yeah, nobody's lounging on this one yet. It's still very tense and back to the 3-3, like you said. And the fact that Slump was kind of in that position by himself, and like you said, he was completely banking on the fact that he needed to get that kill, right? He had to just find one to get that trade or something, or let them get that instant trade. But taking one more would have been fine. But luckily here for Wildcard, they are able to get that kill without having to lose any more bodies. And now they're going to go back for the outside control. Dia just making a bit of a warning shot. Does make the connection beautifully.
Big kill.
That's a huge kill. That's a lot of impact. And now look at even Snav. A little bit of a boogeyman situation, leaving it all down to one man, the young player here of JBA, to put himself in a position with 10 seconds. He has to be able to get these kills, and he has to get a plant. But it's feeling like it's a little too late. He does get this kill, but is there going to be enough time for the plant? They're just going to rush him, and there it is. It's a 13-10, and Getting Info will be able to get their map pick away.
It did feel like the economy was never really under them throughout that defensive end, and a couple of costly mistakes pulled Wildcard back into contention. But at the end of the day, the cream always rises to the top, and it felt like Getting Info just had the right handle on Train over Wildcard throughout. Now we move over to Overpass, and the complete idea of this game has just shifted dramatically.
Like Dia kind of performing the way he does, right? Like, I mean, there was always a lot of conversation if he was going to be on this team way back, and then they did bring him back in, and he really does bring so much influence, doesn't he? Like, even that one little highlight round we saw where I think that was a triple kill, if I'm not mistaken. Like, man, when that guy can get an op, he can definitely do some big things.
Well, we're going to take a little bit of a break, and when we come back, our second map in our best of 3.
I'll keep going till my speaker calm blows. I'll keep going till my speaker calm blows. I'll keep going till my speaker calm blows. I'll keep going till my I'll keep going till my I'll keep go till my speaker calm. I'll keep going till my speaker calm blows. 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 Going till my speaker calm blows. I'll keep going till my speaker calm blows. I'll keep going till my speaker calm blows. I'll keep going till my I'll keep going till my I'll keep go till my speaker calm. I'll keep going till my speaker calm blows. 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 I'll keep going till my speaker calm blows.
Sometimes you gotta pray for a victory. Yeah, I'm overzealous when I'm thinking about the cash flow. I never had no handouts, just came natural. I've been tested so much, all these wrestlers nice. All these different situations that I've been through. I seen pain trying to creep in through the window, but now I'm sliding through the hood in a benzo. You gotta separate yourself just to elevate. I keep some drink in my cup to see through the hate. Sometimes on the road to glory, you gotta press the brakes. I got a lesson plan for all my past mistakes. I swear I'm proud of all my best and my worst days. Proud of all my feet when I touch the ground. Front of 8 at Beijing, man, they know the sound. I know I made mistakes, but my mama proud. Fans scream my lyrics out in the background. They ain't know me then, but I'm hot now. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. Life down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. I'm faced with a lot of different choices these days. Do a rock and Rolex account or blue face. The whole world know my name off a mixtape. I still got the same brother since 6th grade. G-Wagon, red seats, we on Biscayne. Trips to the Florida Keys, we imported these. Thanking God for the life he afforded me. All this jewelry on my body, I could like the hood. I need a brown skinned chick just like Megan Good. Holding up every promise that I ever made. Music in the background, it's a serenade. Been rapping 10 years, boy, this ain't a phase. I paid dues, paid rent, and I stayed the same. I had teardrops running down my face. I've been through a lot, I had real pain. But thank God, cause we really on a better days. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. Life down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. What's a life without sacrifice? Sometimes sometimes you gotta thank God and just roll the dice. Pacino. Uh-huh.
And we're back now into the second map. It is going to be Overpass. So now we see getting info. They were able to succeed in the train pick, but now the biggest question is, do we get this to be a 2-0 tonight, or does Wildcard, pull the right card out of the deck and they get themselves a lifer for their map pick of Overpass? How are we feeling about this one, Paladin?
I definitely am curious to see what getting info have on this map. I think that they've still got a shot at completing the sweep, but overall, Wildcard on my end still have a lot to prove. They have a lot to prove to me in terms of the chemistry, in terms of the stability as well. I didn't really see much of anything that really excited me for this team, which lets me to believe, like, what do I expect from this team? What am I expecting in terms of the offensive strategy from Stanislaw? What am I expecting from the firepower from players like JBA and players like Boozy, who was Arcadia player to watch and was just completely a non-factor on train? It's a lot of tough questions that need to be asked, and I don't know if I necessarily like the answers.
Yeah, it is a good point, right? Because again, like, we were saying, like, statistically for a team like Getting Info, Train was not their best pick, but look at how well they were able to pull through the win. And now, like you said, I mean, I think Wildcard still have a lot of bumps and bruises they're going through, even though they have been together for quite some time in some regard. There is still some adjustments they have to make here. So clearly the pieces aren't quite fitting as nicely as we've seen in the past, but that's going to give some time. And I mean, the thing here for Getting Info is that they, I mean this with all respect too, is that some of the teams they played on this map more recently, I wouldn't argue like they're as good as a team like Wildcard. So that's one thing I'm kind of putting into effect. They did have that, one game versus Full Send where they did get a win, which was, Full Send's been kind of interesting with like some odd little wins here and there. But, if we go a little bit back, even like a month or so, these guys have played each other on this map where it was Wildcard just edging it out with a 16-14 win. So again, I'm kind of wondering if Getting Info has just, really done the recon and done the intel where they know a lot of things that they have to improve on, and they know the exploits here for a team like Wildcard.
Yeah, I do definitely think that as far as the head-to-head goes, Wildcard edges it out, but 3-1 in terms of the direct head-to-head on Overpass specifically. So yeah, I think numbers-wise, it tells a very nice picture, but so did Train, right? I mean, you think about the numbers there, it's a 35-odd% win percentage for Getting Info. I mean, we've seen it on the broadcast a number of times, and we've seen that Getting Info really struggled on that map all around, but it's clear that there's some sort of dynamic shift that Getting Info have gone through in the last like week or so, and it feels like the integration and the addition of Carson has completely revitalized this squad. And now with the opportunity of getting the start on the CT side, there's a real chance where they could stack up a sizable defense and see if they can try to close this one out in 2.
Yeah, exactly. All about to find out. Like you said, Getting Info the stronger side on the CT, but not strong enough as you still take a lot of damage here, Slump. So he gets another crack at his life here, but man, oh man, he just got punched right between the eyes. He's still alive. He's a little bit woozy, a little bit dizzy from that one, but we'll see if he's going to be able to find himself maybe this one kill to say, but no. Taking some more damage. Both these teammates together. There it is. That's a nice little bit of a beautiful tap. Bombs in the back of mid. Now things are getting a little bit more weird here, and Stanislaw actually will prevail. He will be able to find that kill, so now things are slowing down just a little bit more here from the T's.
Oh, beautiful shot there from Shane. These taps followed by the fall away are looking really good for Getting Info, but Peeping is getting up to some significant antics here on this B bomb site, seeing if he can call over Stanislaw to get a plant confirmed. He's got a smoke as well to give him a little bit of a safe haven, but Peeping would love to get at least one kill before this bomb hits the deck. But look at how aware the Getting Info guys are. They're falling all the way back. They're very willing to give the plant over, and they're well aware that Peeping can be very forward pressed as well. Now Peeping surges forward, and right as he does, so does Snav. It leaves it all up to the captain in a 1-on-4. And sure, there are some low HP bars, but just the number of bodies that he has to take point of and understand is too much. So he falls, and Getting Info get on the right foot.
They really do, and like you said, like I think the big thing for me was like, you know, the fact that Slump takes the huge amount of damage in the beginning, still stays alive, he's able to get a kill. Then, like you said, Shane, like he's the one that's in 3 HP to spare. They really did have the bodies. HP was low, but they really played that, you know, pretty collected considering, you know, that the fact that Wildcard was inflicting a lot of damage that round, but it just felt like that mid aggression and just kind of getting this con control really kind of threw Wildcard a little bit off stump for that one, but the bomb plant does kind of allow them that extra cash. So they are going to just go right into it with Tech 9s and just have Fuzi equipped here with the Galil, which I don't actually hate, because if they can get this, I mean, this would really damage the CT economy. So I don't think this is a careless play. I actually think this is smart, because if they can find it, this could be a good long-term plan here.
Oh, look at them just barreling down Banana, trying to see if they can catch Dia, and they absolutely will. Fuzi off of Long completes the kill and should be able to get the bomb down. If they can get out of this in a 4-on-4, very advantageous position for them for sure. Great smoke to stall out their bank position. And now, if they want to go in through APC, they're going to have to do it fully gray screen. They don't even have a flash to pop through. And that Molotov is not going to give them any answers. Another re-smoke into bank. It's going to have to be all out through dumpster. And they're just going to have to hope that they can find these bodies straight away. But this off-angle setup is so nice, and it doesn't find anything for Stan. I couldn't tell you how, but there's Fuzi to answer back with that lone A1S. They've got to get on the bomb now. They've got to get the defuse instantaneously. It's going to be real close, and they just get it off. They just get it off in the nick of time. Sure, JBA gets all the kills, but somehow Getting Info get the round.
Honestly, that's beautiful too, because I was looking at my eyes were deceiving me in that moment, because I was thinking, why are they using the wrong player for the defuse? But yes, they had the smoke in place. It landed perfectly. They were able to just get the ninja defuse. So nicely done for them. And like you said, you know, their backs were on the boards. They were the ones that had to like kind of again just swarm out of the dumpster. They were the ones that were really in a bad spot. It felt like all the crosshairs were there. It felt like the lineups for Wildcard were perfect. But they let it slip just a little bit. Now with that plant, once again, they're going to commit to this right back into the rifles. They're going to reinvest into this. They know they're close. They know they're getting so, you know, at that point where they could win it. Snav maybe being able to get the timing. Oh my God, JBA. Woo! That's a cooker.
Yeah. You can say that again. What a flick. 90 degrees. And that could be the necessary incision to get them back into this series. Huge kill to find, but Slump is going to try to pull it back. Stand with the instant trade. Makes it a 2-on-3. Carson quickly encroaching upon Long. He's got a head, and he's got a kill as well. Both the remaining players on that divider position. They're going to have to find a way to hold on strong here in the 2-on-2. A smoke on the bomb is available, and there is a kit for Shane as well. They haven't gotten on it just yet. Players spotted, and they know JBA's been spotted as well, but oh my goodness, he's caught him through the smoke. The lineup was perfect, and as the smoke is fading, another one is plumed, and yet again, another last-second defuse from Carson. How in the hell are they getting away with this one?
That is absolutely wild. The fact that they was able to get that, you could see even like the shot was just missing, like the lineup was just a little bit off, unfortunately. Oh my dear goodness. I can't believe 2 rounds in a row we see ninja diffuses back to back. I don't think you really get to ever see that. I felt like, you know, Java played that really well. Like I thought he was, you know, in a good position, but that double smoke getting picked up is, oh man, that's just gonna really, really hurt. That's just the dagger going in a little bit deeper now into this, but whoo-wee. Overpass would be interesting. I didn't think it'd be this interesting this early on. I thought it was going to be a little bit of a slow cook and then we get that meal, but man, oh man, we're skipping the appies. We're just going to the main damn course.
Yeah, look at this pandemonium here on short side. Carson, Snab, Shane all filled the feed, but still Wildcard stayed resilient. They still have this 2-on-3, and keep in mind, bringing it down to a 1-on-1, winning the round, it gets them right back into contention. They just need one round to go into their favor, but it might not be this one, Laz. A Slump finds one more and leaves it all up to Fuzi. Oh, he does bring it down to the 1-on-2. Shaves a player off, but how he's supposed to figure out where Snab is, I couldn't tell you. 2 players alive, clean sheet maintained, and that should be it as far as forcing is concerned for Wildcard.
Oh man, this is, and you know, now this kind of like makes me beg the question. Okay, yeah, exactly. I was going to say, do we see this timeout now? Like a 4-0, some of these rounds have been close, but pretty tilting rounds though, right? Like double ninja diffuses, losing a round like in the previous. This is a good time. I'm glad Stan's calling it just to cool things down, man. They got to figure out a new game plan a little bit. Like, I don't even really feel like they're, in my opinion, doing anything entirely wrong. It just feels like things are just not kind of going their way, if that makes sense.
I don't like throwing around the word unlucky a lot, but it really does feel unlucky, you know? I mean, there are some really small micro things that I think Getting Info did very well. Like, as the smoke was dissipating on that second ninja defuse, there was already another recycled smoke being deployed, so there was no real space for JBA to even get a lick of a body to see. So that could have been the difference between a defuse and a kill for JBA, but, I mean, you really can't argue either way. But Getting Info will be very happy with the results so far. Playing up close and personal with this MP9 goes Carson, and he only gets a dink. This means a 5v4 for Wildcard, something that they haven't been able to get for quite some time. And they're going to try to push the issue, but Snab and Shane fight back tooth and nail. Into the 3v4 we go. And Wildcard still can't safely plant. They're trying to dig away these side anchors, and they just haven't been able to find them. Finally, Stanislav does it himself, but Slump with the response. What a huge play there from the ex-opper. And now it's all up to JBA again. How many must-win clutch situations has he been in? This one feels a little bit more doable, though.
It is true. A little bit more room to work with, maybe, and Slump being low at 15. But he still has D on the right-hand side here, so this is a tough position. That shadow is going to actually give him away a little bit here when he gets a little bit closer. Oh man, he's just hoping. He's just hoping that Slump's going to go for the info peek. There we go. Nicely done. Nail of the coffin. But you know, honestly, you know, in terms of just like statistics, there was not, I wouldn't say the MVP, but that smoke you're seeing right here on the, like right in front of Slump, thrown from Shane, that is such a perfect way to just, again, just stump the offense to run through that, because you don't want to carelessly go through it. You're so unsure of like what's on the other side of it. That was buying a lot of time for these guys on the CT side. So I got to give it to Shane for getting that smoke at the right place, the right time, because that allowed them to be in a perfect setup that threw Wildcard really much off guard, like, because they had to clear a lot of different angles and they were very hesitant what they wanted to do.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness, I thought that was a headshot from the jumping Tech 9, but it's actually a dink on the JBA. And a kill for Fiku, mind you. They're going to just go bursting through Monster. How in the hell has he gotten 2 kills out of that? I couldn't tell you. Bomb should be able to get planted as the Heaven Smoke is deployed. Nades still available for Slump. If that hits the right target, maybe they can pull it back into the 3-on-3. But instead, it's Snav that's got to do it all on his own. Only player to really be near this B bomb site for the time being. Instead, he takes a nade and brings him down to 61. This is a real sticky situation here for getting info, but they're going to continue to claw kills back. Slump is doing it all on his own. 2 kills for him. JBA on that lone 3 HP has something more to say. How many more dinks can he push out of that A1S? Snap now encroaching very slowly, but they're running out of time here, Laz. I mean, it looks like Dia just pulling the ripcord, or Snav rather is pulling the ripcord. He's leaving Dia off to die. It's the first round for Wildcard, and it's just all the Tech 9s.
Oh, is he gonna get enough time? Okay, yeah, he's got enough time to pick the op up. You know what? Honestly, whatever. Dia got the kill. It's fine. Again, the bomb goes down. It's, the money's still there, but at least it does a little bit of damage. But yeah, like, it really is Fiku, right? Like, the fact that he's able to get that double kill on Monster, I don't really understand how he was able to do that. But I was thinking, again, the utility work that we see from getting info. I love the molly just to slow down the plant. That allowed, a player like Snav to be able to get himself in graffiti, playing that strong position. But it just wasn't enough, unfortunately. But good for Wildcard to finally get themselves on this board. It was kind of making me wonder, like, if they how long is it going to take to get onto this board? And now Peeping, he might even get caught here with the utility out, and that feels like a bit of a misplay.
Yeah,
like, he just gives himself up.
I don't really like that at all. No trade potential either, and now you've given over a gun, and you've lost all of Monster. You've absconded Monster. You could potentially lose short off this as well. They are assuming that that's a possibility. And now they've got to make do with this long control and just hope that this A play can work.
Look at this, a 4-man commit down long too. And they're not being quiet about it. Yeah, they are making it obvious. Some utility to work with though. It's raining nades, and now Slump is blind. He has no sights at all. But Snav's going to be able to find this one, so now he can just kind of, again, turn away. Carson. Trying to be a distraction point, I think. Uh-oh. That nade missed. Landed on his own teammate. That's not good. That's not what you want. It's a little awkward, and now this CT should go down in washroom. This is really flipped around on its head a bit here. Look at the aggression from Wildcard, too.
Yeah. You got a player on stairs as well. Fiku somehow close with that 5-7, or sorry, the Tech 9 round. It's a 5-7 in the response, and another chance at a defuse right in front of Fuzi, but there is no kit involved. This is going to be real close. I don't think he has it, to be completely honest with you. And Wildcard should have just gotten away with this one. Yeah, just barely. Finally, the luck goes the other way, lads. It feels like it's been getting Info's game to win every time. But it's only fair.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like you said, like, it felt like unlucky in a way for Wildcard, and now they pull the right card and they finally get, something going their way a little bit. I was thinking there is just no way. Like, the fact that Dia was able to get himself that kind of kills and that kind of space that quickly, I was like, oh man, this is just going to be a bad day for Wildcard if this doesn't go their way. But they get it with, what, a second or so to spare. But look, they'll take it. They'll definitely take it. And now a 5-2. Getting info, not really a lot to invest onto this one. A 4-man stack in the B, just kind of, again, going for a bit of a gamble. Makes a lot of sense here. So this is Wildcard's round to lose, really. They're in prime position to get themselves back to 3. Rotates happening right away here. Oh, Dia. Oh, I was gonna say, man, no way that he gets around peeping, but it looked interesting.
Real interesting. I don't know how Carson gets a double dink like that, but that should be all she wrote. Shane and Slump now. Up in a very difficult situation. Any guns would be great, but that is very wishful thinking at this point. As Fiku gets his sweet ecos, and Wildcard get up to 3.
Yeah, now I'm kind of intrigued to see, like, peeping. I think he kept the Mac 10. So I'd like to see where he's going to go with this. Just again, when you have the Mac 10 like that, like there's a couple questions I always think of, right? Like, do you want to go for that short B control? Do you want to try to get into washroom right away? Or even maybe like a fast con? Like, you want to play the close encounter, right? Like, you want to be the one that's just going to try to put the rate of fire there. Yeah, they're just going to swing mid. Flash is going to galore. He's just trying to his best to spam through. Oh, he's still going to go. He's still going to go. And Dia. Oh, Dia. No. He misses it. Look at how fast they go for this.
That's so brutal. They can keep going. And you do have this early flank that's brewing here. That should have some potential from Snav. Oh, but it's being looked out for. I think a shoulder might have been spotted, or at least it's a matter of time. Sanazar should be able to figure it out, and he finally does. Finds a kill, too. That pretty much seals it. A real opportunity at making that one work, but it kind of falls flat. Wildcard are slowly battling their way back into this one. And I mean, these Overpass T rounds are so difficult to come by that they are getting everything they need to force a third.
Yeah, it really feels like the timeout has worked quite nicely here for Wildcard, right? I mean, this is where I'm trying to remember. It was a 4-0, 5-0. I want to say 5. Memory serving me right here, Paladin. You're going to tell me I'm wrong, but
yeah, that sounds right.
Oh, damn. All right, I'm on one. Either way, it's always the conversation about timeouts, and you know, Stan has obviously been around for forever, so we know that he's got a ton of experience. But obviously, he's whispered the right things for these guys, and now it's been consecutive rounds in their favor. Now they're just going to just full accelerate. They're just going to go barreling in onto this. They're going to hold the foot on the gas. Now you can see the CTs. They're trying to do a little bit of a similar play, but it's a slaughterhouse, and we have now turned this into a tie game situation.
Whew. What a clawback. What a clawback. And now, all that excitement factor from the getting info side has been very quickly dwindled. I don't know what you can really expect from them at this point. But they've got to find something to turn this around. The aggressive plays from Carson haven't necessarily worked out. And that feels like this B bomb site just feels undermanned, and again, Carson very lucky to be alive. A leg shot through the floor, the wood wall.
Yeah, he's lucky to keep his life. Now Fiku's going to get himself into mid. Just some basic clearing out, some good utility. Kind of just doing this on his own though, right? He's got the utility from his teammates in the far back lines, but again, he's kind of the one that's trying to be the playmaker, trying to find a little bit of this opening. Oh, interesting flash here from the CTs. Oh, snap, are you going to get it? He will. So nice utility work from getting info. This is something I've been giving a lot of praise for in this game so far. The utility has been something to behold. And now Carson, a little bit of a whiff on the spray, and he's able to get himself at least one. But now Shane does find himself that double before he goes down. So the bomb's going to get planted here. And here we go again. Peeping, and now Fuzi. Fuzi's down to 9 HP. I don't know how he's alive. Takes the bullets, takes the flames, and now Peeping You got to find your moment to shine here, because now you're going to have to go for a big old gunfight here in the big pit. You're in the sandbox. Do you want people to play here or not? And he's just trying everything in his ability. It's just not enough. And now getting info, bounce right back into the lead.
Huge work. Huge work there from both Slump and Snav. I feel like Slump's rifle work is something that I really had concerns for on this roster, but it's very clear to me that he's improved on that and then some. They talked to him at Frag, they talked to Snav, I believe, and a big talking point was we wanted him on this team specifically to rifle. It was never going to be a long-term opping kind of situation for Slump, and it's clear that he's finally come into his own now. 12 and 8. It feels like he's getting so many multi-kills on that B bomb site and keeping these post plants alive.
A little bit of a miss nade once more here from Snav, but a little bit more of a different setup here, right? So we see the 1-2-2 here from the defense. D is just kind of holding up long. Got himself the boost. Really just putting a little bit more of those bodies towards, I think, yeah, double players B, just leaving, it's going to be Slump by himself here onto short. Good utility work, but even peeping, and now he's, you know, taking 40 damage. This is nice. Ooh, Dia, nice little bit of a boost. Oh, I can't believe he misses that. Just barely.
Slight miss. That gives them a huge route back through long. Uzi's op's been heard. And it looks like the butt of JBA has been spotted as well. Huge 5v4 to convert now for getting info. They know where it's coming. They know where the hit is. But it's just a question of, can they do anything about it? Pull back from the T side as they try to maneuver back into Con, hoping that they can get there safely, but Dia has taken one, Carson with another. There is no route back into that B bomb site. It's gotta be A. But unfortunately, they've run out of bodies, and this should be an open and shut case. There goes the bomb. And getting info, just managed to eke out 7 right at the tail end as we throw it to a little bit of a halftime break.
Okay, we're back. And 7-5 getting info are able to get themselves a 7-5. And now we will see what can happen here for the second half. It is Laz and Paladin to walk you through this. Maybe one more time, or maybe not. Maybe we're going the full distance here tonight, but look, we'll find out.
It's just going to be an outright B rush. Here comes the Heaven Smoke, the Molly onto Toxic Barrels, but Fiku still finds the first kill. I mean, there's five CTs here. This was a done deal before we even got out of spawn, it feels like. Huge round and pickup for Wildcard as they call the bluff straight away, and they get rewarded. It's 6-7.
Okay. Back to comeback ways here for Wildcard. Big investment, though. I do kind of like the double rifle and then triple MP9, just because, again, it allows just, assuming this goes the way we think it will, it could be a little bit more for the cash grab, which might be nice here for the CT side. Just kind of build up this economy just a little bit more. I'm actually a little surprised, though, they're playing this aggro, though. And that's kind of why. That's a little bit of a... Again, I don't really understand this, Paladin. Like, you have one player that's by himself in middle, and then you have nobody there to support him. So it's kind of just like, yeah, go do your thing, and if it doesn't work out, whatever. But, like, it just doesn't really make sense. There's, like, no trade. It kind of feels careless in some regard, but I don't know if I'm fully getting it.
No, I'm completely with you. There needs to be some sort of buddy system available against an eco like this. There is a late mid-crunch available here for the CT side, though. Uzi will find one. That nade combo will do a boatload of damage. Yeah, it's a complete kill for Peeping outright. And they've been able to figure this one out. Slump does find one more, but they've just not found any space anywhere else. So this one's going to be difficult. Yep.
Okay.
Do it.
A little cleanup. I mean, again, but like 2 casualties, and you do lose that one rifle. I know, like, they're gonna have the money to reinvest, but like, I just feel like you can never stress it enough, right? The CT side, like, you want to build that economy as much as possible, right? Just because, like, it's so unforgiving in the later portion of the game. So I mean, it's all fine and dandy for now, but I'm just wondering if that could cause a little bit of ruckus in the future. Maybe not. Maybe I'm overthinking it, overanalyzing it, but we'll find out right now for round number 15, because getting info, they got themselves some beefy guns this time. Not just Glocks, and now a little bit of a pop surprise, and it's Jaba. There he is, and now gets himself a free kill. Good work with him and Stan getting the pop flash through, and now this is where, you made a really good comment before about when you lose the man on the T side, like how much more work this is going to be. So now getting info, they have their work cut out for them.
Oh, there's a player right in the open, though. Fuzi offers up his life for free, essentially. You'd think he'd be at least able to find Carson on the way out, but that's not to be. Carson does take significant damage, and Fiku is on the aggressive move. And oh my goodness, Dia is alone with the bomb. This kill decides the round, and Fiku does go down. Somehow Dia lives. And I think with how aggressive Fiku was, Snav is gonna walk all the way back in through B. He's got a head spotted on JBA but can't convert. And that really puts a spanner in the works. With 40 seconds left on the clock, no real space here for getting info. They're gonna go into the meat grinder.
And Jaba, he's just waiting behind this double smoke here. Oh, Carson. Oh, no way. How's he going to approach this? His gun shows? Yeah, okay. That was such a unforgivable encounter, and now look at Jaba. He's able to find himself a double. Shane, okay. What? All of a sudden now, with 10 seconds remaining, this is where he has to get this kill. Oh, my good lord. That's going to be Stan. From 3, he's able to find it. So now Wildcard going to be able to get themselves back into the lead. Something we haven't been able to say, I think, this entire map. And that's, Jaba putting himself up with a triple kill that last round. So really good work between him and Stan together as the combination here for round number 15.
Oh, this is where things get really worrying for getting info. You're running out of opportunity to really get this T-sided ball rolling, and you're gonna have to start chaining T rounds together, which we've seen takes a lot of work. Unfortunately, Wildcard are missing a beat. Uzi's getting a little bit more activated now that he's got his AWP out. Not really finding any answers elsewhere. Feels like they've been able to get bathrooms control nearly every round, but they can't really do anything with it. They're not causing a rotation, an extra rotation over the A bomb site. They're not getting connector freed up. It feels like Wildcard are aware of this bathroom's position being given up, and they also know what to do because it's lost.
Yeah, they're really just turtled up, aren't they? So there's some space that, you know, is up for grabs here. But again, I don't love the distance here because, I mean, you do have the Tech 9 here, but you also have Dia with the Deagle right behind. So maybe if Dia is giving some shots here, just some pre-fires, Snav might just have the sliver of an opening. You can see he was trying to go for it. He thought the Opera was a little bit closer, but he actually does catch off Fiku. Flash going to get thrown. He's looking for the rifle.
Oh!
Okay, that's going to do. That's going to be a full face of lead here, and now this thing is turned on its head a little bit. Now, Stan, he has to be careful. He has to be able to clear things out. He's got to be a little bit of a Ghostbuster. Both these guys can just reposition themselves. This is still open for grabs here. This is not an impossible round here for getting info, but Wildcard, they got to be careful. They don't have any more utility. They burned it all. Dumpster swing. Jaba's going to be able to do it. But now an instant trade again with the Deagles. Never count these guys out. They're going to have enough time, but my goodness, what an expensive round for Wildcard.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they were caught between two minds if they wanted to go aggressive on APC, if they wanted to fall away. There was that weird situation as well on the flower pot side with Shane finding a kill with aim punch on him. I don't really know how that's possible, but it really felt like every possible thing that could go wrong for Wildcard did, and yet they still come out with a round. To me, that's one of those rounds that keeps getting info alive in this game and keeps Wildcard feeling the pressure. But now it just feels like they can do no wrong on the other end. They're slowly starting to chain rounds themselves. Yes, these rounds are expensive, but they're still retaining men. It's a tough situation all in all for the getting info side, but they've got to find a way to get 2 on the board in a row. You really want a shot.
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't agree with you more. They have to be able to find a way to get themselves back into this game, and it's been Wildcard that's been able to win all these rounds in their favor ever since we got to the second half, and now double player in the outskirts of Monster. So once again, this short B control will be up. Waiting things through. Where's Jaba? Okay, he's going to try to push through the smoke maybe. As soon as they hear that, they're going to know there's a double player commit to this, but maybe they're actually just going to go through this as soon as the smoke dissipates. Good paw flashes. Oh, Jaba. Oh no, Carson, you need to land that kill, and he does. It's labored. It's ugly, it's greasy. Now Jaba just activates again and again and again, and he's able to find these multi-kills, a triple on the docket for him. This is falling apart so quickly. I don't know how it's meant to be. Jaba's just having a phenomenal game, and now D is able to put himself a double kill. What was a 1-on-4 is turned to the 1v2, but again, 16 seconds. It's just not likely unless he can find this kill. Jaba just completely lets this slip between his fingers. They're about to run into each other, and they actually do go for a little bit of a hug. And now there's no time. The round is over. Dia, even if he gets this kill, it's not going to matter. He just needs to keep his life intact. And Wildcard have been able to find themselves the 10th and take him down with the time just at the end.
I mean, it's still $1,300 to his name, so it's not catastrophic, but man, that is a round that JBA takes on his own. Keeping is the sacrificial lamb in that kind of situation, but my goodness. Finally getting a huge map of Counter-Strike out of him. It feels like I haven't said his name in ages now at this point. And look at what it does to the finances. It's a P250 for Dia, and because of that weird after-time death, they've gone all in. And they're expecting for this one to be it, because if this isn't it, then we're headed to Dust 2. Oh my goodness. What?
Oh, that is some premium gas cooking right there. What a beautiful spray transfer. He's going for more. He's hungry. Tries to get that quad. Just can't quite get it. But look, who cares? He's done his job more than enough here. Surely. That is a absolute stunner of a hold here. Getting info, like, this just really feels like, again, like, I would have liked to see a timeout getting called here. It just kind of feels like, I don't want to say they're running out of ideas, but everything they're trying, it's not fully connecting, right? Like, there was some good success in the beginning. This whole second half has really not been a good showcase of this T side yet. Wildcard seem to have an answer to almost everything they've done. And now you're talking about a 2-on-4 with both Carson and Dia, that they're going to have to do something massive. They're going to have to pull the grand finale of a magic trick here, but no. They're exposed, and Fuzi just takes them out, eradicates them in their path. 11-7 now, Paladin.
Yeah, this is so ridiculous at this point. I mean, pack it up. This one feels done.
Yeah, it doesn't look good, does it? I mean, it's just hard not to ignore this because, again, like 7-5 a first half, you know, lost 6 rounds in a row. Some of the rounds, yes, they've been close, but really not the same effect that we saw before. And Wildcard are just, again, showing us this map pick. Good little bit of a nade sack that we see from getting info. Now they're just going to try to barrel on through. Peeping finds himself a field day, getting a target practice of 3 kills. And now it's all just down to Dia. Once again on a 1-on-4. He did make it close the last time, but he's got more time to work with this one. He's only got a deagle. He's not going to be able to find that gun of Jaba as it's all the way in the back here, and it's already guarded by the 2 other CTs. He's going to have to hit the most insane shots here with the Deeg. And it just feels so unlikely here, Paladin. But I just want there to be some hope.
Yeah, for their sake, after the great performance that they had on Train, right? But not yet. Dia will not win this round. I can tell you that much. For free. It's going to need to be 5 rounds in a row for getting info to pull this to overtime and have a chance at the sweep. And I don't really fancy their chances, lads. I don't know about you.
Yeah, no, like yeah, it's really hard to like. It really does feel like Wildcard have just been honestly on the right wave. They caught the wind in the sails, and it's just been really just no whitecaps. Like it has been a smooth ride here. As soon as we got them on the CT side, what a different team. And getting info, a lot of absence here. So yeah, my enthusiasm for them is not looking good here, unless they can do. Again, the unthinkable, but that's not going to be a good start as you already lose Dia, one of your performers, and now Fuzi, he gets himself one too, and this is starting to feel a little bit of the sacrifice one by these players. Oh, and Fiku, look at where he is.
Yeah. Primo position. Never getting cleared. He's got a chance at a second as well. Carson will finally deal with him. Is 2-on-4. Such an easy situation for Wildcard. Turtle up, trade out, play the post. You don't have to get to that position because bomb still has yet to get planted. Or picked up, rather.
Yeah, I still got to retrieve it. But again, like, you don't have a lot of room to work with, right? Like, even that utility, like double smoke and a molly. So you could go for a basic execute on this, but they're not even close to each other. Like now they're going to kind of go a little bit of a, they will reconvene now, but 24 seconds, like they have to get moving. This smoke is creating a lot of issues. Another smoke going to get placed into the sites, and now this is even worse. Like the time is just ticking away. They have to be able to land these kills. They're going to have to be picture perfect. That's going to be the first, so that's not bad, but can they be able to find it? Jabo once more gets himself that double, a 13-7 score line we get for Wildcard. They just essentially go flawless that second half, not losing a singular round. And honestly, they show us why they're, one of the top teams in the region.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't really feel like Wildcard broke a sweat on that defensive end. These are some of the issues that I have with getting info, and frankly, what I expected to see on the offensive end on Train. I think they just understood how to simplify on that round, on that map specifically. They couldn't do that simplifying situation here on Overpass. A lot of complex ideas that they just could not execute upon, and those mid rounds looked abysmal. Way to Wildcard and way to JBA to wake up in this series and send us the distance. This is a real opportunity now for them to right the wrongs of Train and get excited for Dust 2.
Yeah, that's definitely the case. But look, we're going to take a little bit of a break. We'll see you in Dust 2 in just a little bit.
The road to the top is a riddle. What will be my destiny? Money and fame are awaiting, but not enough is raining on me. Maybe I should give it all up. How much more can I take? Out here singing to the heavens. When I gonna get my break? I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Oh. Up the mountain, now everybody's looking for me. Spend my life in the desert till something changed inside of me. Now I'm flying over oceans, everybody looking at me. I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Oh. This is a shakedown. Order up that beat just like it's takeout. Show me you got soul inside those new shoes, and you can rock and roll with an attitude. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. You're the new MC, you got the remix. Keep it on repeat, just let the beat kick. Everywhere you go, you bring the roof down. Everybody knows you got your own sound. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Yeah, you like it, the way you like it. Oh, yeah, you like it, the way you like it now. Yeah, you like it, the way you like it. Oh, so good, so fresh. Get up on your feet. Show me you got soul. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Get up on your feet, this is a shakedown.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We're ready to go for the third and final map here for tonight. And it is, again, that lower bracket run to see who is going to continue on and who is going to, well, pack it home, I guess, so to speak. But look, we have Wildcard taking on Getting Info, and this thing has made it all its way to Dust 2 and Paladin. I got to get your thoughts, collect a little bit what's happened here to get to this point.
Yeah, I mean, you got to start off with Getting Info doing a great bit of work on Train, a really solid game plan in terms of their offense, closing it out in a tight-knit affair, move over to Overpass. That gas in the tank definitely gets expended pretty quickly there, where Wildcard turn it back up, and then you got to give credit to JBA for putting in a long, hard job in terms of pulling it all the way back. And now we go into Dust 2, where yes, the score is even in terms of maps, but I will lean slightly over to the Getting Info side. I do think that Wildcard have had some real struggles on this map as far as the offense is concerned, and I would really like to be proven wrong with the improvements that they could potentially bring forward. But overall, I will give that slight edge to Getting Info here to try and close it out in this third and final.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like, you made a good point. Like, for Jaba, like, he put himself at a 1.71 rating over on Overpass, like 24 and 11 in terms of like his kill death ratio. Like, really just overall just stellar performance, like over 180 R the whole time. Like, he really did kind of, catapult these guys to playing a lot better. I mean, not just him, obviously, but it felt like he really did have to do some heavy lifting. So it was good to see, right? We were kind of wondering if, maybe it was just an off night for Wildcard. Things weren't looking that great on a map like Train, but, as soon as they got on that CT side, for Overpass, it just felt like full steam ahead. So now we're here in Dust 2. I agree with you. I think this is I don't think I'm writing this off here for Getting Info, despite, how things have gone. I think this is still a big opportunity where these guys, really could make some magic happen. And now we're kind of essentially just playing this like BO1 essentially to see where it goes. But I think overall, with the stats for both these teams, it's relatively positive, and it does lean, just like you said, very slightly here and statistically favorable for Getting Info.
Yeah, looking for some early duels, spamming through their own Xbox, or not their own, I beg your pardon, Getting Info's Xbox One. I just completely got that wrong. That is a Wildcard Xbox One. We got there eventually.
It's been a long day. It's okay. It's been a long night. It's okay.
But yeah, they got themselves cat control. They're going to go barreling through. But here's Getting Info with a 3-player attack on that side of the map as well. They drop the bomb. They get themselves a 5-on-3. And now things go from bad to worse as another body is dropped. And there's just no way for them to ever reclaim the bomb. And Getting Info just get themselves gifted on over a pistol round.
Yeah, not bad at all. And I'm pretty sure everybody was alive, right? Like, I don't think anybody actually went down, if I'm not mistaken. But nonetheless, it was still, that smoke that gets thrown. They're able to just kind of, group up on the cat, winning it, doubling up very nicely. That bomb going down, we saw that a little bit earlier on where the bomb is misplaced a few times in earlier maps. We see it here for Wildcard, a little bit of a unfortunate situation. Uzi just tried to get that scout to rotation, but Carson actually takes it right between the eyes here, and he will win it. So now that's a nice pickup. I mean, the scout's retrievable, obviously, but that's a great start here for Getting Info.
Yeah, he being considering dealing with that on his own, but for now can just be a late lurk as Wildcard consider the long play. Instead, actually going to be peeping to be that forward-facing player. Swinging on into CT. Carson's still available to get the scout activated. But drops down silently. No smoke to actually force Carson's hand, so he can just hold on to this angle for a long time if he so pleases. But they're taking this one so slow, Wildcard, hoping that something is offered up to him on a re-clear middle, but to no avail. Eventually they're going to have to get going, and eventually Carson can get activated.
Yeah, there's just no reason that, Getting Info should really just be re-aggressing for this info. Right? So like you said, Wildcard are kind of just hoping for it. Carson, the one that's low HP, might be the only player. Okay, he does it.
Why?
But now he's got a lot of intel. Yeah, I agree. Like, there's no reason to go for this. It just seems a little bit careless. And now things are getting a little bit more awkward. Is now 17 seconds, and kills are kind of going in the favor here a little bit. Not really in the favor, but, you know, winning some duels here for Wildcard. But the time is getting low, and all Snav has to do is just create a little bit of distraction, maybe get this one kill, and then it's over. Like, this is done. Peeping might be able to find this kill. This is awkward. I don't like it. I can't believe he even gets...
Oh, they got him. They got him.
Okay, they got him. Yeah, neutralized. But look, that was way too close. Like, in that... I don't even understand why they recommitted like that. Carson even just going for that, it will never make sense to me.
I mean, you've got 2 players on the B bomb side as well. Like, the split comes through. Who cares? You've got the crossfire set up to deal with it. There's no way that they're going to smoke at that late, at that point. Just wait. And that is the blessing and curse that comes with playing with Carson, is that he can be that X factor that changes the shape of a round for you. But at the same time, there's also situations where he can just automatically lose you around with plays like that. So luckily they were able to offset it, no problem. But something to keep an eye out as the game develops, because I definitely felt like that was an issue on Overpass.
Okay, this mid's up for grabs right now, so the smoke's actually going to get thrown, not towards CG spawn. You can see Dia was never expecting that. And now Slump in a position where he's with his teammate Carson. They might only think it's him. He might be able to buy this time, and they might not expect it, but he can only get the one. If he would have been able to find that secondary kill, this could be a very different round. But a 3-on-2, both the CTs are very opposite ends of the site here. This is going to be difficult because, again, you do have the utility available. Double flash and the smoke here for Shane. They got some time that they can work with, but
it's not worth it.
It's just not worth it. Yeah.
Unless a kill comes like now. Okay, hold on. Whoa, yeah, that would have been it, but you're hoping that kill would have come from Snav, so the window player could have come through, but instead it's Shane to find it. And unfortunately, it's just not enough time. Getting info. We'll have to get up the first one, and I like the decisiveness there from Wildcard. You get the opening kill onto the mid player, instantaneously just burst onto that B bomb site, commit to the split, make sure that crossfire feels uncomfortable, and that big box player just falls like a house of cards very easily after one. So I want to see more of that decisiveness from Wildcard. It's something that I had a real issue with in their Dust 2s of past, where they slow the pace of the game down way too far, and they try to have layers on their defaults that don't necessarily need to be there in the first place.
Ooh, that nade actually did miss.
Someone.
Yeah, it was weird. Looked like it hit him. I thought I got him dead to rights, but I guess not. So, good smoke to actually keep things at bay for now. And you can see that Wildcard are going to just, again, clear things off. Stan right into the flames just a little bit, but that's okay. He's going to now get himself into this lower. So now you can see that Snav is actually getting very, very close, just on the opposite side of this door. Trying to look for the Xbox jump. I think he would have heard this cue. No way. I was thinking there's no way he's going to run through the smoke. Surely not.
Bro. This is insane. I mean, you're getting one kill max. There's just no way he's getting a multi out of this. Is this really worth it? I'm not sure. Well, the smoke's fading. And Diaz found one. I mean, Snav's hearing all of this. He finds one. He jumps up and finds the second. I don't know how he pulls a multi-kill out of that entire situation. And you've got a multi-kill potential for Carson as well. Brings JBA down to 15. The bomb has been dropped. The jig is up. Dia will maneuver back over, but it's one shot and a kill. All that's needed for Dia. And he'll get back into the B bomb site, and he just spams through the smoke. What a sequence there from Dia, but unfortunately, I was going to say he was not going to be able to get that, but he's got some long, long arms. They get right back to winning ways.
Man, that's wild. Like that, really, I feel like 9 times out of 10, I agree with you, because that was a situation where he was playing so aggressive. Like, normally you have a player that's kind of, either pre-firing that with a smoke is being placed like that, or they might just be kind of hovering anyways to see if anybody's going to push towards Cat. So it's just they kind of left this very small window of an opportunity, and the fact that Snav was able to get not one but two of those kills, that's madness. I'll never be able to understand that. But even on top of that, again, going back to my solid point of this, is that the utility work that we see right now from getting info, look at what they've been able to do. Some good damage onto Fiku and also onto Peeping. Both these guys have taken a huge amount of damage. They haven't seen a soul.
Yeah, exactly. But they've got enough space to call the cat execute. A couple of smokes, a couple of flashes, and they'll start to scale. Dia is horribly out of position, so it's really this long play that you're hoping to find something in the post plant. Here it goes, and these nades have just not been able to hit the mark. They've been put in the right place, but finally they connect on to Fuzi. Big work there. But now, how do you box in these Ts with these bits of weapons? Starts with a 5v4 opening from Snav. Now they'll continue to encroach, but now the scout from long range can start to get to work, and Stan's not missing a beat. He's nailing some shots here, but he's losing so many bodies around him. He switches back over to Tech 9 though, finds a couple more kills for himself. Time is running low. I don't necessarily know if they've got a kit. Shane's got one, but I don't think there's enough time. Oh, just barely. That's like the last tick. I would love to see the in-game animation there to see how much he had left, but that's got to be like 0.01 for sure. That's got to be one of the, funnily enough, that might be the closest ninja defuse that we, or not ninja defuse, but defuse that we've had in this game, which is saying something.
Agree. Yeah, exactly. Considering how this whole best of three's been going, yeah, I can't believe it. I thought, Stan was doing a good job just locking it down as much as possible, but just a millisecond off, and it could have been theirs. But we saw what they were able to do in Overpass, getting away with some ninja diffuses. They kind of get another cheeky diffuse, and now you can see Wildcard. They are just hitting it into 6th gear. They are just running this through. Smoke's going to block the vision here for the CTs. The smoke is going to get blown up, but it might be a little bit too late. They do spot that one player at the last split second, and now this is going to be the retake scenario. Look at the scramble of the CTs. They're going to reposition themselves. They'll allow the plant to happen. They don't care at all. But it could be a triple, maybe even a quad player onto Catwalk for the CT side to push this against both Jaba and also Fuzi. These are Tech 9s, so if they can be able to find this double kill quickly, especially with a gun like a Tech 9, it could work. The flash comes in, they just get really aggressive, but they can't be able to find more than just that one. Now Stan might be able to find himself a consolation prize. He does. This is becoming a problem. This is becoming an issue. Snav is just trying everything, but the Tech 9s once again reign supreme!
Oh, Fiku. Absolute nonsense on that Tech 9. That's a 180-degree flick back over. And completely ices out getting info from that one. I mean, a key indicator is that they didn't have long control in that situation, so you can't necessarily box in the Ts on Catwalk as easily. So it comes all the way down to that cat fight. Usually you would consider the cat fight to be one of the two fights, but not this time around. That was the only fight. It leaves Carson in a situation where he thinks that he's got a free route into longside, but they didn't really account for all of the players that were involved in the duel on Cat. It works out splendidly for Wildcard and absolutely horribly for Carson.
Yeah. Oh, man. It was that flash, too. Like, I think that was that the self flash from, like, one of the teammates here from Wildcard? Like, I think that was... It was Jaba, and I'm trying to remember who else was there, but, like, one of them that went for the massive swing, and they were blind. Like, you could just tell they were, like... just hoping to get a kill. Like, they had no sights at all. I don't know if that was a flash thrown from the other side, but nonetheless, a round win is going to be a round win. And now Snav has said, enough's enough. I'm going to get aggressive. I'm going to see if I can catch these players off guard. I don't think Peep is going to be aware for this, but the flash from Stan once again nicely placed and allows them to get an opening kill. Maybe even that second, indeed they will. So Dia's going to go down quick and dirty. So now, despite the smokes getting thrown, they're going to be able to make this across. Jaba's taking a little bit of damage. He's already down to 53. The lurk of Peeping, though, That'll do. And now we see getting info. They have to be in the position. They have to save this. Like, you're on 2-on-4. You don't have a kit in hand. This is not a good situation for them at all. And really, if they can just try to look for a gun, that'd be best case scenario. But now we're going to see Wildcard getting themselves 2 in a row.
Yeah, this is the clawback that Wildcard was looking for. And I don't necessarily even think they're going to be able to claim back this AWP, but Carson's been good for a couple of blinding scout shots in this series. I guess, honestly, just on Dust 2, straight up. Peeping now, trying to hold on to this AWP, but he goes down. I don't know if they're fast enough to catch him. He might actually get away with this one, which is pretty crazy. So Dia will have that to at least be happy about. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe he actually took a shot there, Shane.
And he
gets away with it.
Like a no-scope, too, and he's like, yeah, all right.
This'll hit. This'll hit.
Oh, man. I don't know what I'm watching anymore, but I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Okay. Got the op for Dia. A 5-7 with the armor for Shane, so what are they going to do? Triple player here from the CT side. They're going to actually walk push lower. And Stan, I was going to say, nobody's even looking lower, and then Stan finally gets there in time, but this will be interesting what they want to do. And actually, Carson is posted up on the B plot now. And it looks like Dia is going to actually play towards middle. This is, yeah, a slaughterhouse, and now Dia all by himself. 1-on-5.
Dia, run. Don't even shoot.
Don't even shoot. Just leave. Who cares? Don't get these kills. It's worthless.
I think that's so dumb for him to do that. Like, genuinely. I mean, you already see Peeping moving through long right now. You've got the mid rotation cut off. I mean, he's not living. I don't see a world where he survives this. Like, what was that one kill worth it? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I just don't know if that really made any sense, because like if he would have just stayed alive and tried to walk away, that would have been a bigger, you know, quest for these guys to be looking for him, to be like, hey, do we want to hunt this? We don't have no idea where he is. Like you said, him getting that kill, it really felt no value at all. Like it just felt like maybe I can do this, and then really as soon as he had to, you know, get that kill and run away, he was a dead man.
Well, now Fuzi picks up that AWP with a shot at potentially getting an entry. Doesn't find the kill. So with that, Wildcard up the tempo, back up the cat side. And middle. They're going in for the jugular on both ends. JB has gotten up close and personal really quickly here.
I don't think I'm still used to the nade sounds. I don't know why, but it's just like,
yeah, they're
still
weird,
throw
aren't
me
they?
off. Yeah, they really throw me off sometimes. Whatever. We'll get over it. I'll get over it. But you know what? I'm not going to get over is, yeah, exactly. Is, you know, it's not going to get over that previous round. But look, maybe a redemption arc now. Ops are placed. Fuzi's ready to go here, but he's been very quiet. A 1-8 here for him. Cat control is up for grab of Fiku, but do they kind of want to go for this 1-4 split potentially? Maybe even keeping Fuzi close on by. Again, you can see him posted up in mid just for the mid cross. But they still have to worry about Shane and Long. He's actually playing, you know, that off angle, and not in pit, but on the outskirts of it. He should be good for one. He will, but now Dia. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good. This is bad. Oh, Dia. Oh, Dia. Oh, I was going to say, there's no way. Surely not. Time. It's turned into a 1. And then the time, 6 seconds. Oh my God, Fuzi. Drop down with a big old dunk.
Holy moly. I mean, I don't know who was trying to lose the round more in that kind of a situation. You've got Dia stuck alone in car with the AWP. You've got the cat player scaling, and then somehow Slump still managed to pull one back because the player crossing long swings dry. Oh my goodness, this is chaos everywhere. And yet still, yeah, it is. The most NA it can get. And Wildcard now have an opportunity to just close this one out.
Jaba going to go down a little bit low here, but you can see the CTs are just kind of gambling it a little bit. Double players on the catwalk. This should be a done deal. And there we go. Ooh, okay. A little bit of some body spray.
Like, yeah, I think he's earned it. I think so too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a grueling game. Like, you know, again, like a 13-10 train, you know, 13-7 onto Overpass. But, you know, even the score lines, like some of the rounds relatively could have been close and very tense, right? And that Overpass game was really tilting, you know, if you're on the side of Wildcard. I know you win it, but, you know, let's not forget, like, the lead that Getting Info had. So, you know, that's probably why Stan's maybe a little fired up about it. But look, it's all good and fun. Love to see it. Flash is going to get thrown here from Getting Info. They're going to try to swing onto the dumpster, but Shane, he gets thrown right into the garbage bin. Now it's all the slump. He's got the op out, and him and Dia double sticks, and they actually both find one apiece. So now Wildcard hitting a bit of a roadblock onto this one, and look at the aggression from Viku. He's actually able to get a quick shot before that flame catches him. And now he just gets crispy, and now this bomb's going to go down, but is this possible?
I think it is. Definitely gonna have a look, and you'd like to think, with how fast Snap is, you'd certainly like to think so. Fuzi completely caught off guard, and at least peeping in a 1-on-2 that he can't win. Snap with a huge 2-piece, 3 in total. And now, he bounced back with the 5th. We might have our bajillionth 6-6 halftime end.
Yeah, we've really said that a lot, but last round of the first half. And you know what? Honestly, it's kind of funny because, you know, a map like this, it makes sense that you double up on the CT side, but really I feel like we normally, when we watch like South American games or even the NA games, like a lot of teams do try to go for the double ops. I feel like a lot earlier in the series. This one actually waits until the very end. So I do like that they mix up the inventory a little bit, that they change things up just to see, and it actually works splendidly, right? I mean, both Dia and Slump were able to find those kills quite quickly. Wildcard were not ready for the ops, ready to go. But we'll see if they can do it one more time here for the last round of the first half, and Jaba's actually been able to creep himself out of mid, so again, getting this real estate for free. Now that's a misplay here from Getting Info, because now you can see Carson, he was not watching it. He was not watching his team's back. And Jaba, look what he's able to do by himself. This is a hero moment. Surely not. Just allowing him to single-handedly get this round back into their favor. No, Snow's going to finally put that to rest.
But there's more walkouts coming in. All the way through long. The flash is good, and Peeping will find one more. 4-on-3. Long cross smoke is available. They're able to scale through. The bomb should go down. They have cat control as well. Fiku has a chance to just completely close out this round. Fuzi and Slump actually trade kills, but they're never going to be able to read that Fiku's this close, and they'll get themselves a 7 as we head to the halftime break.
Sometimes you gotta pray for a victory. Yeah, I'm overzealous when I'm thinking about the cash flow. I never had no handouts, just came natural. I've been tested so much, all these wrestlers nice. All these different situations that I've been through. I seen pain trying to creep in through the window, but now I'm sliding through the hood in a Benzo. You gotta separate yourself just to elevate. I keep some drink in my cup to see through the hate. Sometimes on the road to glory, you gotta press the brakes. I got a lesson plan for all my past mistakes. I swear I'm proud of all my best and my worst days. Proud of all my feet when I touch the ground. Front of 8 at Beijing, man, they know the sound. I know I made mistakes, but my mama proud. Fans scream my lyrics out in the background. They ain't know me then, but I'm hot now. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. I'm faced with a lot of different choices these days. Do a rock and roll Lex account or blue face. The whole world know my name off a mixtape. I still got the same brothers since 6th grade. G-Wagon red seats, we on Biscayne. Trips to the Florida Keys, we imported these. Thanking God for the life he afforded me. All this jewelry on my body, I could like the hood. I need a brown skinned chick just like Megan Good. Holding up every promise that I ever made. Music in the background, it's a serenade. Been rapping 10 years, boy, this ain't a phase. I paid dues, paid rent, and I stayed the same. I had teardrops running down my face. I've been through a lot, I had real pain. But thank God, cause we really on a better days. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. What's a life without sacrifice? Sometimes you gotta thank God and just roll the dice.
Okay, last half of the night, and it is here on Dust 2. 7 to 5 is for Wildcard. And now getting info, going to be on this T side. And we've gone a long night, a long way to get here, Paladin. And it's been grueling, it's been chaotic, it's been unorthodox, it's been North American.
Yeah, I think that's the best way you can describe it. If there's anyone out there that has only watched European Counter-Strike, doesn't really know what goes on the other half of the globe, you can go back and watch this series. Actually, I don't recommend it. I don't. I mean, there are other games you can watch, but if you were ever curious for some reason, you could go back and watch this game.
Look, it's just never dull in NA. That's what we're talking about, right? Like, it's always just, it's got the, you know, the turns, the twists, the drama. It's got everything. It's everything you want and everything you need. Underrated region.
I think we'll stay underrated. You know what? I think we're properly rated.
Yeah, that's actually true. Yes, I agree. Yeah,
listen. Jokes aside, I would love for Wildcard to return to that former level that they had. This game should not even really be a competition if you would consider them at their peak. You know, I don't necessarily feel like it's they're back at that level ever again. Mm-hmm. And this game needs to be converted if they want to get back there.
Yeah, it could be here now.
I don't think that it's a done deal, right? It's like a stepping stone. This doesn't confirm anything.
Yeah, I mean, again, for anybody that's not aware, this is the lower bracket finals, so meaning that winner still moves on in the bracket, losers out, but doesn't mean you're in the grand finals by any means. You still have a little bit of a road to go through. Ooh, that's not bad at all. That's a good start. Nice little bit of a double kill. And now the question of getting info, do they want to swing the smoky? Yeah, they do. Why not? They're going to just keep on trucking. They're going to keep on going. And now they're going for some long-range fights against USPs. You are going to have a bad time, and they have to get up close and personal, and Shane is the first person to throw a little bit of a punch onto this, but now the double S's have been able to find a little bit, but now it's just down to the 1v1. Fuzi does get him on the edge of the box, and Wildcard, they scrape through another one.
It feels like Fuzi's been pretty much a non-factor. We considered him our Qiddiya player to watch. He was a pretty bad player on Train initially, stepped back up on Overpass, and now has a chance to redeem himself and then some on a CTA WP on Dust 2. That's a massive 1-on-2 to win. It's huge for the confidence, and it's huge for the spirit of Wildcard to kind of put this game to bed. Put whatever nonsense happened to Train very far back in the rearview mirror and say, this is the Wildcard that we're excited about.
Yeah. That's a really good point. Paul Flash maybe here at a long. One singular flash. Molly. Oh, that can be bad. Okay, maybe not. Big old swing, keeping. That flash gets thrown. Glocks are released, and now they get themselves one.
Not car.
Uh-oh. I mean, video. This could be bad.
Okay, it worked out. Fiku got back in time, which made it all right, but oh boy, if Fuzi's alone there and they're allowed to grab that gun and fight Cat, that's a recipe for disaster, but he dodged death.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Good recovery, though. Figu really, again, I feel like he was, putting up some okay stats earlier on in the series. I feel like this one, he's really, he's putting himself at a 14-7. It feels like he's been able to find some good multi-kills on quite a few rounds, so I feel like he's actually been playing a very good game when they needed it most, or when they're needing it most right now, I should say. Still ongoing. And now Fuzi's going to swing into mid. A little bit of a nice cleanup here. I do like the aggression here from Wildcard to mix things up. And now putting this just down to Dia. For the 1-on-3, bomb is retrievable, but again, you already have Jaba that's already pushed part of the way through B main, now getting close into T-spawn. This should be a done deal. Jaba, the way he's been hitting shots, should be done. Catches Dia a little off guard. He now surviving here, but all you have to do is just hold these positions. I mean, middle and Cat is open, but again, even if he gets this plan, if they allow it, it's really not much to get sweat off the brow.
And they keep getting bits and bobs of information as to where he's moving. So having that indicator is so important. He moves back over to lower now, can shift back over to an open B bomb site. Something that both JBA and Stanislaw are not really paying attention to all throughout. Finally, JBA feels like something's up. Feels like a timing could have come back the other way. Now he's jiggling the angle again. Oh, he spotted a shoulder. He should be able to calm that one over. Good flash to get him primed in the angle. Another flash from his teammate. With 20 seconds left on the clock, this should be an over and done case. That smoke is nice. They're just going to go charging the smoke right now. Oh, nope, it's a fake. Good incendiary. Doesn't spread, though, and finally they take care of it. Great situation there from Wildcard, even though it takes a bit of time, just to make sure that they cross all their T's, dot their I's. Do not give Dia a chance whatsoever in the clutch. Give him some respect.
Yeah, I do like it. It is a little bit more of a process and procedure, but you know what? Honestly, it's the better way to go, and they get it done. They don't lose anybody else, so... And the plant was denied as well. Ooh, and actually, because he does get a little bit of tenderizing here against Carson. It kind of looks like now that getting info might even just try to go for the old B pop onto this. You can see the door smoke's already done. The Tech 9s. Okay, Jaba saved the day. And again, great power, great responsibility, and he does finally go down, but I think he's been able to do his job. He's been that anchor to lock things in. Bombs getting planted. You can see the critical HP of Shane. He's already getting caught. 25 remaining. These guys are playing a little bit of a duck goose here with their own guns. They just need to keep them out, go for the firefights. They don't have to worry about the utility, and they just barrel on in, and that's going to be an 11th round up for grabs now for Wildcard. Getting info. They are running out of options.
I mean, it's JBA and it's Fiku doing some outstanding work on this map of Dust 2. I mean, you think about the multi-kills that JBA has been able to put on for us in this series. You think about the bounce back that Fiku's been able to have. monster stuff here for Wildcard, and it's this firepower that's pushing them over the edge. And most importantly, it's the stability in how they're facing on in these CT rounds. Something that I think they really struggled with on Dust 2 specifically. So it's clear to me that there's been some homework done, there's been some reps put in, and now they have a chance to go for the jugular. All out long brawl here coming in for the CT side. The trades look good for the CTs. And now getting info are run rampant. They're going to try their hardest to barrel through, but still another 1-for-1 goes peeping and leaves Dia again in a 1-on-2.
Yeah, with a minute and 28 too. Like that was just like you said, a full barrel through into long, and now Dia in a clutch situation with a ton of time that he can work with. So again, the world is his oyster. So he doesn't have to be rash. He doesn't have to make a quick decision on things. He can definitely play this out. And this is where Wildcard, like, you know, in this kind of a situation, I feel like you almost want to play very close for that trade. Because right now you can see that Jeba is by himself. Like, thankfully he gets the kill. But if there would have been a situation where Dia did win that duel, then we're talking about a 1v1. That's a 50-50 chance of that happening. So to me, I don't love that they were spread apart personally, but it does work out. Jeba, you know, just making things work and easy. But look, now we're in the match and series point.
Yeah, it's really bold, right? I mean, there's even a world where Dia can rip the cord and go back over to the B bomb side as well through lower. There's so many different options, but the off angle works, and at the end of the day, a round's a round. And now they're looking to close this one out in style. Solid nade there from Peeping, an absolute touchdown on the slump. Boozy finds one more. The nade open on this mid smoke is good. And now this should be the beginning of the end. Snav tries his hardest, but a flick down from Boozy. And Boozy finally, it took a long while for him to get loaded and ready and rearing to go, but he finally finds his footing. Wildcard with 13, getting info with only 5, and they'll march on to the consolidation final.
Yeah, honestly, very, very interesting turn of events here. This was, you know, going all the way, like we said. It was, you know, getting info that looked really good on this map of Train that we're getting the highlights for, and then it was really just the reverse, you know, essentially sweep for Wildcard to get themselves back into this. It was looking like getting info, you know, statistically are not a very good Train team, but they, you know, made pretty good work of it. But like you said, them winning this now has put them in the situation that they're going to go into the constellation final. So that means that they're going to be playing the loser of Skinray versus Marsborn. So that's where they're going to have to wait for that matchup, which then whoever wins out of that puts, you know, into the grand final situation. So it's definitely interesting because I feel like Wildcard, unless you have a different perspective here, Paladin, but now I feel like with these teams that are kind of remaining, I mean, it's definitely not impossible for them to win this.
No, not at all. I mean, of course, if you just talk theoretically, they should be mopping the floor with all the competition here, and they should easily win this title. It's Wildcard versus themselves in my eyes. Can they bring out the best version of themselves? And if they do, I don't think there's anybody in this tournament that can really go toe-to-toe with them. The problem is we don't get that Wildcard that we saw in Dust 2 every map. And so whoever does actually end up playing Wildcard, first of all, you'd got to be a little bit worried with how they've been able to just regain all this momentum back the other way. But for the finalists as well, if they are able to get there, they should be worried about a Wildcard that is revved up and rearing to go.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more, Paladin. But look, that is going to be officially the end of the night here for myself, Laz, and Paladin here on the desk. Of course, thank you, production. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And we'll be finding out a little bit more about these matches tomorrow and the rest of the weekend. So make sure to check it out. Don't go too far. We'll be back tomorrow with more action. See you later.
ESL presents ESL Challenger League in partnership with Intel, Acer Predator, DHL, and Qiddiya.
this is a shakedown. Order up that beat just like it's takeout. Show me you got soul inside those new shoes, and you can rock and roll with an attitude. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. You're the new MC, you got the remix. Keep it on repeat, just let the beat kick. Everywhere you go, you bring the roof down. Everybody knows you got your own sound. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it.